Okay. Give me a second. We'll be back. We're back. What is up? My YouTube family is here now. So we are. Ooh. We're actually streaming right now on Pump Fun. What's up? Got it, man. What's up, man? I got the family here. Travis, what's good, man? Head over to Spaces right now, man. Well, things are nice. You know what to do. Head to Spaces. Head to the link right now. I'll put it in the comment section. Actually, I can't comment. Go into the link on my in my community link. Go there, hit that link. It'll bring you to the Pump Fun. I'm basically streaming on Pump Fun, pump.fun, which is dope. And I'm streaming here, so I got more ways of actually streaming my content. So I'm actually doing a full body workout. I just started my full body last week, and this is my second week going through it. And this is the first time I've done a full, a 3-day full body in a while. And I'm not gonna lie, man, this might be one of the best splits I've done. When it comes to, if you are busy, if you are, finding it hard, or, finding it hard to actually schedule time to go to the gym, I think the 3-day split, as for me right now, is actually like the go-to. So I'm enjoying it, and it's actually taxing as hell. So what's up, man? From Vancouver, what is good? So right now I'm doing, I finished my goblet squats. I started earlier. I did core first. We did 3 sets of med ball replace. Then we went into some supinated pull-ups, 3 sets. Then before I did incline dumbbell 15 degree, I was requested to do 60 push-ups. So I was like, let me do 60 push-ups. Because what's 60 push-ups, right? The hell? So found out one thing, 60 push-ups before you do a set of any kind of pressing might be the best way to warm up, because I was warm as hell and felt good after, and I was able to press when I was able to press. So now on to doing some goblet squats, my second set. We're gonna hit that up. So what do you think about crazy bulking? Something that, like, bulking is unnecessary. I think, and this is nothing new at all, but bulking is 100% unnecessary. And we have enough evidence now that, I would blame most of the bodybuilders from back in the day, even like I was saying last, whatever years, that thinking that the way to get to their size is by eating a bunch of food and then getting overly fat, because the rate of fat gain is way faster than muscle gain. So we know that when it comes down to it, if you want to build muscle, you really only need like 200 extra calories to help, give you enough energy to build muscle. Now, again, we need protein, we need calories, we need water, we need rest, we need, that's what we need to build muscle, and obviously stimulus. So that's all you need. You don't need to have a 500 calorie surplus daily, because you'll gain fat way faster than you'll gain muscle, 100%. So unnecessary to bulk. Is it true you launched a coin? It's true. Doing a project over at Pump.Fun. What's pretty dope is they have a place for creators like me. So it's basically what it is, and this is how the best way I could describe it is, I got a dope coin that is basically like community based. I come on and I stream. So I'm streaming right now on Pump.Fun, and that's what I'm doing. And while I'm training and while I'm giving advice, there are people that are buying the coin, stay sitting on it, making sure it stays. And we've done a lot of work yesterday and today. So it's just, I literally think this might be probably the next best way for creators to actually come on and deliver great content, and then get compensated properly as well too, without the risks of being a, what do you call it, a kind muscle. I'm sorry, I'm dead serious. So while I'm here talking to you guys on both I'm getting a workout in as well too. They're following my workout and I'm coaching at the same time. So they're asking questions. You guys are asking questions. So it's the same thing. Just think of that. Instead of AdSense, it's Bitcoin. So you know what I mean? The best way I can describe it. But if you are in the game, get over there right now and get the coin. It's at a great spot right now. It's gonna go up. It's gonna pump, and you know we're just gonna continue to build the community. And I'm gonna continue to give great advice and feedback, and you know answer the questions and work out. So let's get it going. It's pull day in my living room. Damn. Oh, sorry. And you're doing pull in your living room. Dang. Dope. That's dope. What's your living room look like? You got. I'm doing pull-ups down here. I was. All right, look. Let me do my set right quick. And like I said, we got goblet squats. Let me just move you guys back here so you can see. If you're wondering how much it is, 88 pounds. And it's just awkward to get up. So, let me tell you the pros and cons of doing a 3-day full body. If you're programming for a full body, 100% put the exercise or the muscle groups that you're trying to target to enhance or get better or get stronger at the beginning. Because I'm not trying to I don't need my legs to get big at all. And I also, I just want them to stay strong. I want them, you know, just to stay active so when I'm doing anything, you know, athletic wise, being functional, they're still strong. I'm tired as hell from doing core, pull-ups, bench, or dumbbells. And now I got this. Then I finish off with 3 motion ladder raise. So shoulder workout or exercise. Sorry, it's basically like a tricep. I've done it before. Anyone I've coached who've done this with me. And then I do arms. So a full body workout is no joke. I swear. What's good? I'm on YouTube right now, guys. So I got my YouTube family over here and I got some questions over here. So I got double. I'm here, then I'm here, then I'm here, then I'm here. So let's answer these questions over here. And then we'll go back. All right. Yes, it's on. It's Salon. Head over now. Go to my community post and my short. There's a link right there. Click it. You can go and just look and observe right now if you want to just observe, but it's a good time to get in as well too. So heading over there. You're gonna push pull, bar station, dumbbells, dope. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. Perfect. You're getting it in. See, look, we're gonna collide communities together, right? I asked my people in the FitCoin community, how many of you guys work out? Not too many people raise their hands. And now we're going to a different space. Everybody here on YouTube is here because they're trying to find out how to work out. Everybody on this side is trying to how to create, get the bag in a good way. And everyone's doing that. Everyone's doing it in their own way. But one community is a lot more active to going. So it's almost like we want to get both of you guys to kind of join forces together, because that's a great community together. Is having two. I wasn't, I wouldn't consider myself really a trade of some sort at all. I'm just trying to expand my world when it comes to, creating and be able to be in different spaces to be able to do that, and not just be on YouTube. But YouTube's always gonna be my number one home, and you know what I mean. So we're gonna join forces with fit and finances, something like that, whatever. Anyway, you got pull up bar, answer the question. Good job from Puerto Rico. What is good, man? Appreciate you guys. I'm 35 and I feel like I've been getting bored of the same workout split. You recommend me doing full body workout every other day. Full body workout every other day. So you're looking at, I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if you're getting bored of doing the same workout, it's a few things. What's up, Is Travis here? Where's Travis at? See, we got him over here. Travis, where you at, man? We got Travis in the group. Let's go. Where'd he go? My boy's in here. I'm not gonna say exact. We're not gonna dox my man in here. He just got in, so we're just gonna. He obviously said his name, so whatever. Yo, it's good, man. Let's go. There you go. I was looking. I read that wrong. I read your yo John, your client's here, and he's here. This is cool, man. So I already got my client over here. You never know, man. You never know. But yo, appreciate you coming on. I got one more set to do. I'm gonna read some of these questions as well too over here. Let's finish off on this side. Yeah. So if you do a 3 days full body, give yourself a day in between. Now, to be honest, when I first did this, I definitely could have probably did a full body and then took 2 days, and then you know what I mean. So the thing also too is like you're only training one muscle group like once. Like I'm doing 3 hard sets for each muscle group. So chest, back, shoulders, biceps, triceps, legs. And my legs, I'm doing a hip and knee extension. So basically like a squat movement with a hamstring isolate movement. So that's how I'm actually doing this. And that's how I kind of program for myself. Let's go, get the X up. So that's how I have it done. And then again, you're training. So I'll do one day. I actually have a video recorded that I'm gonna put out this weekend, breaking down the actual full day, so you can actually put it together for yourself. But basically, how I do it is like, let's for instance, I'm doing like 15-degree incline on my first day, or any kind of incline press the first day. The next day it will be like a accessory chest, and another day it'll be another like maybe pressing chest, or vice versa. So same thing with like back. On one back day I'm doing pull downs, another back day I'm doing pull ups, another back day I'm doing a row, right? So I'm just kind of switching things up to keep things pretty much fresh still, but still like you're getting the entire body. I'm doing at least 9 hard sets a week, of each muscle group, and for me that's fine. Like I said, I'm not trying to put on any more muscle. I don't need any more muscle, and I'm just trying to stay strong. And I like the physique that I created. So I want to make sure I can make this physique look like this for as long as I possibly can. So yeah. Plus, he will donate part of his fees to your community. Yes, exactly what I'm doing. So another thing too, which is great about this, is on the difference between both platforms is you have AdSense on this side and you have creator funds on this side. I'm taking 10% of my creator funds, and we are as a community going to decide what mental health organization we are going to donate to. So you guys know me on this channel. You guys know how much mental health is important to me. So I want to do that, give back to the community that way, and we can do that together. So it's a very two-way street here. It's pretty dope actually, like a boomerang effect. Started out as training for sports and athleticism, transitioned to bodybuilding. As you age, do you find yourself training more athletic again? 100%. I think that is so much. It's so much more important that you if you aren't training like an athlete, to do your best to start getting back to that again. I said this before to a couple of my clients. It's like, did he pass away? Sorry about that. I'll finish this. When you're younger, you should be athletic. You should be, active. You should be all of those things. It's more important for you to be like that as you get older, because that's when you need that athleticism. That's when you need that joint health. That's when you need your body to be moving. It's the opposite. It should not be the opposite, and it shouldn't be. When you're younger, you should be not doing anything anyway. It should be you're trying to sustain. You're at your most active when you're younger because you have more time. You're not doing that much. Not many. I would say responsibilities. as you get older, responsibilities start piling up, time starts going away, but you're trying to sustain being as athletic as you possibly can, because that will add to the quality of your life. Okay, so you guys hear about, I don't want to bring it up. I was just like, because I know the topic will bring up a topic that I don't want to talk about, but yeah, okay, cool. We're gonna say that. Good. All right. Good. We're not gonna say anything, but that's crazy. Anyway, you guys already know what I'm saying. If you guys watch the news, you know what happened already. I'm sure Greg will make a video on it somehow, on anything. So, but RIP. Let's keep going. God bless you, Johnny. Real dude, always staying humble. That's one of the best qualities for you. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I gotta stay as real as I can. It's not hard to be real. You know, it's really hard trying to be something you're not. That's exhausting. That is exhausting. So I used to, I was a young kid at some point. Anyway, yeah, man, RIP is crazy. I am. I was bigger. Now I'm not. So I'm glad I'm not. Serious project, man. Kids, verified 2 audits, built for builders and believers. 100%, man. Let's go. Let's get this up. My leg day is German volume training, reverse dumbbell lunges. Okay, I've done German before. I've done it all, man, and it has its place. The poundage of that for me, you know, it just gets tough. So I try to do things right now when I'm programming for like myself or people that are, I consider, you know, my age or older. I'm always programming to make sure that we're doing things that are going to add to your joint health, your mobility. So we don't want to just have a good looking physique. We want to be able to move. We need to be able to get on the ground and get back up without any problems, right? So do you mentor new fitness trainers? I do. I have a few that I do right now. So if you're looking to get some mentorship in that, the funny thing to say that is like that's how I look when I hired coaches. That's how I looked at the process. I didn't look at it like I'm hiring a coach. He's gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna do good. I looked at it as I'm gonna hire this coach. I'm gonna learn what this coach knows, and I'm gonna, you know, treat it like a mentorship, right? And I asked questions, and I learned, and that's the way you want to, you know, look at coaching. So yeah, 100%. Head over to johnnystreetfitness.com, and then we get on literally a free discovery call with me. We chat, you know, see what we can achieve together, and go from there, right? Joe, keep up the great work from Amsterdam. What is up, man? Appreciate it. Right. So if you guys are just getting in, I'm streaming on both. Right. So here's how this works. Basically, it's very similar. So on YouTube, instead of me having to, you know, stream as well as do a video and then edit the video and send it out, on pump.fun, it's basically very organic. It's just live stream only, but there's a place for us creators. So what I've done is I created a meme coin, and if I want to stream, I got to create a meme coin. So I created a meme coin called the FitCoin, right? A little bit of play on Bitcoin, FitCoin. And the FitCoin, what's dope too is that, you know, people are joining the community based on, you know, they're looking, they're doing the research, you're seeing who I am, seeing if I'm, you know, legit, you know, because you got people that trying to scam people and whatnot. So I came with this space. I'm like, here's another way that I can, you know, create value and still, you know, get paid doing it too, right? So it's a dope way that we creators can actually get on another space, get our, you know, get our faces out there, promote ourselves even more, but while still creating value. So it's not like I'm going over to another space and being like, yo, man, give me a bag. I'm not an OnlyFans going here, drop my shorts and be like, what's up? And leaving. I'm actually over here for the long run. I want to be here. I want to create a place for, you know, these everybody on Pump.Fun, just like you guys over here on YouTube. And everybody that's on YouTube following me is on here because they're trying to find out how to be healthier, how to be stronger, how to be more fit, how to increase their knowledge so they can live a happier, longer, better quality of life. And I want to bring that on this side as well too, right? And you know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest, like I'm not Mr. Altruistic. Of course, we're gonna be paid doing our thing, but you know, if we can do it with a good heart and do it with good intentions, I think that makes the biggest difference. So that's how we do it. So if you're in that space, if you're in the crypto space, etc., go over to pump.fun, hit the link in my community. You can hit the link, you go over there and just watch if you want. If you just want to see what it's all about, same thing, you watch the same thing here, only on Pump Fun. It's like this. I'll show you guys right now. It looks like this, right? So that's how this works. So that's what we're doing. So I got one more set here. I'm gonna look at one more question here, and obviously, guys, you understand this. Like, I understand that I'm doing a live and I'm also working out. It would never take me this long to do this workout at all. When I do this workout on my own, it probably takes me about an hour. So I'm answering questions and stuff. So I knew that coming in that this would happen. Anyway, did you get training or go through classes? I did my certification as well, and then I did my certification, and I've been doing this for 2 decades. So, but when it comes down to it, whether you get your certification or whether you you get a degree, it's on you to continue your knowledge and do the research. You don't just get your certification and start coaching. You don't get a degree, whether it's your undergrad or your master's, and you say, "No, I'm gonna start coaching." And then you want to continue to progress in your knowledge, so you can create more value, so you have more value to give to your clients when that happens. So that's what that's how I look at things. So let's fucking go, bro. Love you already. Going live. Let's go. 100%, man. We're doing this right. My man Jake Payton, let's bring the love to this world. 100%, man. Like, there's too much shit. There's too much shit going on right now. I swear to God, like, it might sound corny as hell me saying this, but like, there's too much shit going on in the world right now that we got. Like, you just have to do. You have to spread love. You have to. Like, I don't. Like, if it is not hard to love somebody. You gotta love everybody. I'm not trying to be corny, but it is not hard to just be like. You don't gotta like a person, but you can be nice to somebody. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of effort and energy for you to be a piece of shit. It does, right? Negative shit is draining. When you're happy, it doesn't drain you. You feel energized. When you gotta worry about shit, when you gotta worry about, what this person said, or you got a grudge with this person, and you're holding this over somebody's head and this and that. That is energy. That is like, and Doug, like, when I'm both communities here, when we're talking about like calories, right? Like, you don't think that being angry is burning calories? You don't got time to be angry. You don't got time to be messing with people. Like, so do your best to like get over the shit you got to get over. Go talk. I talk to therapists. I do my best to be mindful, so I'm not spending my days worrying about bullshit, worrying about things they're gonna take away necessary energy I have. Because like, when it comes down to it, there's 2 things in the world that we don't get back, right? Energy and time. When you lose energy, when you lose time, you don't get it back. So be very cautious of what and who you give your energy away to, energy and time. So, anyway, that's enough of I got pumped up there. I got motivated. Shoot, let me do my last set. Tell you right now, man, if you're gonna be sitting down in between sets, make sure it's on one of them exercise balls, because I at least feel like I'm not stiff. Because that was like a 20 damn minute break. Either way, let's go. Last set. That was hard. I ain't gonna lie. So as you can see, doing this full body workout is tiring. You gotta think about it. If I was doing just legs, I do 3 exercises, I maybe do, an isolation movement, a compound movement, and then like, a lunge. I don't get this tired. I might get tired, but like, it's because like it's like the muscles I gotta use to stabilize my torso, to keep a straight back, to hold up the damn kettlebell. I've already beat up for, you know what I mean? So when it comes to like programming for this, make sure, if you want to be very, very, very strategic about it, if you're doing goblet squats, you might want to, probably do that first. Just because if I gotta hold the bar up, the bell up, my chest is already taxed. I had to keep a strict torso. My back's already gassed. So it's like, anyway, answer questions. Are you going? I'm just coin this, of course. Let's put it this way: the coin's going to at least January 9th. I tell you, I told you guys yesterday, man. There's gonna be a lot of from what I've already noticed from being in the community, from talking to people, that people just come in here and they pump and dump whatever. And my goal isn't to come in here and talk about, coin this, coin that. I want to continue to build this community for what it is, and the value is created by people coming into the community, knowing they're going to come to the community and getting good value. The things they're going to get advice that's going to help better their life, add more quality to life. So that's the goal for this, and then the coin grows from there. Heck yeah, I'm here for the long run. Just like it's the same thing on YouTube. Everybody's like, I want to be a YouTuber, man, because I want to be rich. And they get on, they realize, man, holy shit, this is actually hard as hell. That's why you don't have that many actual good YouTubers, right? When it comes down to it, it's all about like, what are you giving, right? Like, what kind of value are you giving to somebody? Are you coming on here because like, look at me? Are you coming here? It's like to actually give value. Right. Appreciate it, man. That's what it's all about, man. Like in the end, when it comes down to it, like, I understood this from the get-go. When I was researching, looking at, they got a streaming, they got a creator, this and that on Pump.Fun. It's part of the crypto. It's just, I know the negative connotations people get, especially when it comes to influencers who have already done people dirty, right? So I already know I'm going into a place where people are hyper vigilant about someone coming in, like, oh man, he's got a following over at YouTube. He's gonna come in here, he's gonna pump it and dump it and take off. It's like, hell no. Number one, it's like, I got integrity too. You can see my face. Now that I'm looking you in the eyes, like, I can't see your eyes, but I'm looking at you guys, and you can see me. I don't have it in me to be like, oh, I'm only here to try to get a bag. Like, life is not about that. It's not all about that. 100%. It's not. 100%, man. Like, I'm not trying to like money's great, man. I've been in a place where I haven't had any money. I know what it's like to not have money. I know what it's like to eat out of a fucking garbage. I know what it's like. I 100%. I know that having money is an amazing thing. It gives you more options. Does it give you happiness? For sure. It gives you options to be able to do things that might be able to bring you happiness. When it comes down to it, being healthy, you can't pay for that. I coach people right now. I swear to God, even myself, when my lung shit was really F with me early, you guys didn't really know. I kept really quiet. I was waiting for a biopsy to figure out if I had cancer in my lungs. Literally, that's what I was waiting for. I was trying to be as positive as possible to go through being like, yo, man, I might have, like, these lymph nodes in here might be cancerous. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking about, the only last thing in my head was like, man, hope I got enough money to buy an X. You know what I mean? And that's the last thing I thought about. So while it's great to have money, being fucking healthy, I swear to God, it trumps all things. It trumps everything. You can't bring money with you when you die. And what's the point of having it if you're not going to be on this earth as long as you possibly can? Why not be on this earth to be able to enjoy the things that you've earned for as long as you possibly can? I got clients right now who would pay to be healthy right now. like I'm getting them healthy. They're working their way back to health. But like to be like, hey, I want to be healthy. Like I don't want this issue that I'm dealing with right now. We'll pay the money for it like that. And they have the money to pay for it and they can't. I don't care who you can go and get all the surgery you want. You can, if you have private healthcare, what it is, you get the medicine, you can do what you want. But if you are not healthy, you will pay to be as healthy as possibly can. So the point I'm making is that this isn't just about money. It's about actually being healthy. The longer you be on this earth, the better. Period. I got to do 3 motion lateral raise right now. And that's going to be a bitch. So let's answer some questions. I chatted for too long there, man. Mic for my videos I have the DJI, I have this one here. This one's actually hooked up to the OBS on Pump Fun, but I use this as well too when I'm actually filming, when I'm doing gym videos in the gym. When I'm using in my studio, I have a Sennheiser boom mic, and that helps out a lot. So let's go, 100%. RP, man, I just said, man, it's crazy work, man. Just put in $20 in FitCoin and watch it grow. Hell yeah, let's go. You're amazing, man, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Whether you like it or not, it will be handled how I choose, and 100%. Iron sharpens iron. Hell yeah, it does. Do you have any upper lower split routines in my ebook? Not my ebook. I have training splits. I'm pretty sure I have a training split that has upper lower split. But you can also there is a app only side of my coaching where it has all the benefits of the app when it comes to logging your food, logging your workouts. I upload workouts in that app, so you can go and pick a lot of the workouts that I actually made in there. There is a upper lower upper push pull split. There's a 4 day split. There's a 3, 4, 5, 6 day split. There's an upper push pull split. There's a 3 day full body split in there. So you can get that as well too. And so johnnysheetfitness.com, and you get that as well. So it's at the bottom. Scroll all the way down the bottom and you can get it there. Squat little man. Yeah, right. What diet you on right now? I'm on diet. I'm on the trying to be sustainable diet. I'm not counting calories right now. I'm not weighing my food. I'm not measuring anything. I've done this for a long time. So when it comes to me and when it comes to like portions, I know portion sizes for myself. So I'm able to sustain the amount of weight that I am. Now, recently, I did weigh myself and I'm like, 225 pounds is not the weight I want to be right now. And there is some fat on my body that I can get rid of that I don't need. No, I do not have body dysmorphia. I 100% do have some fat on my body that needs to go. And you guys know where that fat is from. You guys know that it's probably Oreos. Yes, it is. So I'm going to kick the Oreo addiction and do some more cardio. I'm dead serious. But no, I'm not following a diet right now. My diet is whole foods. And Oreos are a whole food as well too, nowhere to lie. But I am getting in, I would say roughly around 200 plus grams of protein. I do balanced plate eating, so if you guys are trying to figure out how much protein you should have, the palm of your hand will give you a good rough estimate of how much protein your body needs. Right? So if you're eating at least 3 meals a day with meat the size of the palm of your hand, you're gonna probably hit around the amount that you should have for your body. If you're doing 5 meals, same, is even better, right? Anyway, so that's how what I'm doing for now. What's happening, bro? Salute from East Side, North Carolina. What's good, man? Appreciate you guys. You look like Alan St. Maxim. Who's Alan St. Maxim? I don't know who Alan St. Maxim is. Who's Alan St. Maxim? Give it time. Hold on, 100%. Yeah, right? Appreciate it. I'm reading some of the comments over here, man. These comments are dope. So on this side, while we're talking about fitness on this side, it's a different conversation. 115,000 K go viral, and we have will be showed on the decks. So as well, marketing will be so much bigger, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, it's exactly his goal, real Chad. How will we hit 150K though looks kind of stuck. Give it time. Yes, it would make this coin explode. Wills, chuhaha. I'll boost. I'll send a little boost in there. Why not? I'll throw a little 30K boost in there to help out the community. Let me do a set first, man. I just turned this into more of a Q&A than a workout. Answer more questions and we'll keep it going. You think I might have polymorphism? I definitely do not have polymorphism at all. Thanks for going live, man. Needed some good motivation. Appreciate you again, man. Thank you, Gaga. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I feel you, Johnny. I'm in the same position. Just had left removed for TC and found notes. Man, yeah, you gotta healthy. Look, people don't realize how important health actually is. I'm gonna leave this right here, guys, because I'm gonna do 3 motion ladder raise. For anybody that I coached has done this before. It's a love-hate. It's a great exercise to help the shoulders grow accessory-wise, but it's also a good exercise to do to just get the work done. And it sucks. Like, real talk, no more rely on not looking forward to this at all. When I program for myself, I'm like, man, I wrote it down. I have to do it. Because if I don't do it, then I'm the P word. All right, so 3 motion ladder raise is this. So we're basically sitting down, ladder raises. We're gonna start off first with a modified lateral front raise. So we're going here to the front and then back, right? So hands gonna stay pronated. We're not gonna be like this. We're not doing like a little car ride. Wanna keep pronated and go here and back down. We're doing 10 to 12 reps here. And then after that, we're gonna go for a normal ladder raise like this. 10 to 12 reps here. And then there's 3 ways you can do the last thing, right? Number 1 is the shittiest way to do it. Hardest way I always say is doing it over your arms, over your knees with dumbbells and going like this. The second way is opening up your legs and doing like this for a little bit more range of motion, helps out. And then the easiest way is basically holding the dumbbells together. There is no judgment whatsoever to do any way it is, because you just might have to, do a mechanical drop set. Basically, if it's like this is hard, then just like, shoot, let me just finish it this way. No judgment at all. No one's gonna call you a baby or pussy or something like that. I might say to myself, I'm joking. Just give me a second. Okay, so my rule is when you pick up the weight, you gotta do it. You can put the weight back down after. Like if you pick it up off the rack, you have to do the set, right? Now when you finish the set, then you can put the weight back and choose a different one. But as soon as you pick it up, because you got time to think. You got time to think, you got time to talk to your ego and be like, yo, ego, not today. Let me just pick a weight that makes sense. But then you pick up the weight and you're like, shoot, my ego just left. If you pick up the weight and you heard your ego running out of the door, you gotta do the weight still. That's your punishment for listening to your ego. So right now, 20s right now is good enough. Like, anyway, 10 to 12 reps, like so. Lat raises. All right, so here's another rule. You can hold weight to the side and just be like, oh my God, this shit burns. You can complain and be like, why'd I do this? This is ridiculous. But you can't rest it on your thighs. So you can do this and wag it out, but you can't put it on your thighs. When you're ready to do the last part of the tricep, go ahead and do it. I'm gonna try and do it the shitty way. And that's mainly my ego saying that, because I said that It's the hardest way, so either way. That was hard. That was hard. That was hard and it was good. Hey guys, you know I ain't going nowhere. We stayed up here last night for a minute. We're gonna continue. We're gonna keep it up. What we have here, as a broke dude, I approve this message 100%. That's true. You live 10 years longer means 10 years longer of life, money, 100%. It just makes more sense. It's like, would you rather have the amount of money you have now until you're 70 or have it now until you're 80? You know what I mean? Whatever money it is. You're gonna pick 80. And some of you guys are like, maybe not many of you guys, because you guys are probably my age, maybe within the 10-year, younger, in between that and probably older. But when I was younger, I didn't think about, well, how do I want to feel when I'm in my 40s? You know what I mean? I never thought about that at all. I think about it more now than I ever have, like obviously because I'm in my 40s, but it's like it snuck up on me. It's like I woke up and like, I'm 42? Like when the hell did that happen? I'm pulling gray shit out of my beard. Like I'm pulling, I'll tell you now, I am not accepting gray hair. 100%, I don't care who, I don't care. I will be one of those guys who will pick the grays out of their beard, and I will dye this thing. I swear, I got no shame at all. I won't be able to dye maybe dye the hair, but I had actually got one or two that come up here, and I get my little girl to pick it out. What I need to do right now is actually charge this phone because I got 4% left. Good thing I saw it. All right. I'll be back 2 seconds to grab myself some water. Make him downstairs to get night first. What happened here? Is that because it is? No, it's not. There you go. All right. You guys have any questions here? The cool thing about gains is rather you choose Natty or Enhance is not given. 100%, man. Someone said it yesterday. I think I was talking about yesterday too. It doesn't matter whether you're natural or not. It's hard work, period. Now, it's hard work when you're doing it, because you can be one of those guys that train really hard and they stop training. And then, but if you want to continue to stay healthy and look good, etc., it's hard work. And that's why people don't do it that much. It's because it's actually hard. It's not easy to create habits and go to the gym in the morning if you have to, or people would rather spend more time, like if they have an hour, they'd rather not go to the gym. And I get it, man. There's zero. I understand it. I understand this as a coach more than anything when it comes to people actually, making it to the gym. I understand mentally, especially if you're busy career man or woman, or you have a family. It's like you're gonna choose. Hey, I get an hour to do either just chill out or go to the gym. If you have to choose between going to the gym for an hour or just relaxing for an hour before you go to bed, and turn on Netflix or scroll, whatever, you're gonna pick, most people are gonna pick rest and chill out for an hour and watch Netflix or whatever before they go to bed. But one's gonna make you live longer and feel a lot better. So Netflix it is, shocking. Damn it, not Netflix. All right. How many meals do you eat a day? 3 meals on average. How much do you eat? When are you trying to cut down? So I am, and am I a mesomorph? I believe a little bit in the mesomorph, the ecto, meso, and endomorph, etc. I would say, if anything, more of a meso for sure. I eat 3 times a day, and I would say my first 2 meals are protein, fat heavy. So if it's eggs, it's whole. In the morning, it's whole eggs, cheese, and then like fruit, or it might be a shake with like 2 scoops of protein and then like 30-40 grams of almond butter or nut butter, mostly almond butter, and then berries, etc. Then my next meal will be like, it could be leftover meat with fat. I might have leftover. I'm a huge fan of beef and beef ribs, so I might have beef ribs, to be honest. And I guess I had beef ribs and a bowl of blueberries and raspberries, and it was amazing. So and then nighttime, it's usually the whole kit and caboodle. So I'll have some kind of like your grains or your starch carbs with it. So could be rice, could be pasta. Yeah. And now that my shoulders is effed right now in a good way, I'm gonna go in the middle. Alright. I use these dumbbells as still. Alright. So we got some conversations. We got some different conversations over here, which is cool. I love it. And that is the goal. The goal is to get is to have these 2 platforms clash. 100%, man. Why not? I'm not as well versed as most people are on Pump.Fun or crypto, but I do invest. I'm conservative about things, and as I learn, I'll learn and keep learning. That's the biggest thing when it comes down to it. I want to learn. So it just makes sense that I'm on both these platforms. I love YouTube. I actually do. I love my community on YouTube. And the community on Pump.Fun, my FitCoin community, man, it's a very like want to see each other win thing, obviously, right? So, and when it comes down to actually cutting, I actually do right now have to lose some fat. I do have fat on my body. You guys know, look, I do 100% on my abs. Like, yeah, you can see my abs, but this is fat. This is not. This is 100% unnecessary. There's about 5 pounds that I do not need. I do not need to be 225 pounds. I know that for a fact. So that is going to be off. I'm going to have it off because I'm in my 3rd season of the trades. And when it comes to continuity, when I did my first in the trades, I was a few weeks out from the Master Olympia. So no, I'm not trying to be like that lean, but I wasn't that far off. I would say it was maybe about like the second season, about maybe 5-ish pounds away from that. So I need to be 5 pounds less because it shows up in my face and it shows up on my. No, I'm not gonna be shirtless in the. At least I don't know this year. I actually think I am. But when it comes to this thing, I have to be. I can't be poofy faced. I can't have the Oreos showing through my face on national TV. Hell no, not especially on the third season. The season's been doing good. I come back. I'm the guy who let himself go. can't have that happening. Hey Johnny, looking great. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Brian, what's up, man? Brian, checking in from Winnipeg. Free motion sucks. I think I programmed that for you. My bad. You know what? Actually, it's not my bad. You're probably like, haha, Johnny, see, that's how bad it feels. Three motion ladder raise is one of my favorite exercises to do because it's highly effective. But like when you're doing it, you're just like, why? Like, why did I decide? But when you finish, you're just like pumpkin delts instantly. You're just like, oh, it feels good. So, appreciate the workout videos, man. It's helped me a lot, man. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. Thank you guys. I'm doing back biceps. Let's go. Full body, baby. Let's go. Awesome. The front raise at the end sucks. It sucks. Thanks, Travis. Guys, I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom here. Have you met Kevin Leverone? I've met him a few times. Not enough for him to remember me, but throughout my bodybuilding career, I've met a few bodybuilders that, some greats that I can call up and be like, hey, what's going on, man? One of those guys being Chris Cormier. He's one of the coolest out there. But I met Kevin Leverone a couple times. Not enough to really. I didn't get a chance to have those long conversations with a guy like that. It would have been dope. Same with Flex Wheeler. Flex Wheeler is a guy he's been in the same spaces that I've been in terms of like people that I know, the same circles and whatnot. And, I just never got a chance to really, I'm sure that if I really wanted to one day, if I want to go to Olympia or whatever, I'm like, hey man, let's chit chat. I probably could. He's a cool ass dude. Like some of these guys are super cool, but, losing weight currently. Love your videos. Unreal, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for doing the work. Love, hate those. 100%, man. Everyone hates them. What's your take on Hussein, Farhat, and Greg, honestly? I just say, okay, so like when people ask me, like, I'm not going to change my answer. Like, I've answered so many times. I do not think he's a fake natty. What I think is that he fabricated his journey, and he knows that the more clout that he gets, the better it is for him. So when it comes down to it, GVS even did a video on this, and he had like, I think Farhat used the same photos 60 some odd times in a year. The same picture he always uses to compare and be like, look at me, I'm a natty, right? So I think that he's natural. I don't think that his physique is at all unachievable for him or someone has genetics like him. Yes, he did it in that period of time, but I think that he lied about that period of time. I think he lied about how much he actually gained, and you never see a picture of that guy with shorts on. Find me a picture of the guy with shorts on, other than his actual show when he did Classic Physique. Let me know when you find a picture of him in shorts on, because he got little bitty legs, which means if you're telling me some dude's on, if you're like, man, that guy's on gear and he's got crazy genetics, man, 1 in a million, he'd have legs too. He would have, his small legs would be thicker. They'd be something to brag about. This guy I'm pretty sure he has the same size legs as he has arms. And that's a comment to his arms, not his legs, obviously. That's how I feel. I don't think they're actually conspiring and being like, oh, I'm actually not natural, haha. I could promise you right now, Greg knew he was natural. If Greg knew he was natural, I would promise you, Greg would be the first to be like, yo, Hussein, figure the fuck out. Because I just know. I know this. I'll say that because I'll say that with conviction. You can say it or you can believe it or not, but I got no benefit line or whatever. They will, man. You guys keep holding here, man. We got to keep holding it down. And we're going to keep it up. Once people realize that, wait, we're staying. We're not going anywhere. More people that come in, more people that hold, the more it's going to do. It's going to be big. We're going to get the people over from YouTube over here, from Instagram, from Snapchat, everybody. We're going to keep it going. What do you think about chest and arms, quads, hams, and back and shoulders 3 days that's like 3 days on and 3 days no working out and 3 days again. There is a place for a lot of like a big break. I think more than 2 days break is more like 2 days. More than 2 days rest is like a right. Like so, if you're already healed up, I would do like 3 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on if I did anything like that. The big thing is it's not about what do I think about this training regimen. Is this training plan built for you to enhance the muscle groups that need to be enhanced or brought up? Is it meant for balancing your strength and your mobility, etc.? Is that what it's doing, or are we saying is this workout good to put together? Because when people ask me that question, I should be answering that question mostly all the time. It should be like, is the workout working out for what your goal? Are they based on your goals, right? Because if your goals are I want my chest and arms to be big, and if you're like my chest and arms are small and so are my hand and so are my legs, I'd be like, that's a good idea. If you're like, yeah, man, I need a lot of work on my shoulders, I'd be like, why are your shoulders at the end, right? So, Johnny, will you be able to do some streams earlier for people in Europe? I can. I think the biggest thing when it comes down to just doing streams is letting you guys know when I'm gonna do them. Tomorrow, guys, I'm doing a stream at nighttime. I'm doing a 4-hour DJ set on Thursday night. So you guys can go join that. We're gonna do it both. I'm gonna put these guys both on. My YouTube guys, they like seeing me work out and do training tips and stuff more than anything else. I'm sure you guys, maybe you guys want to hear some good Afro house, some tech house, some bass house tomorrow night. So I'll be doing a live with that tomorrow. So that'll be a little later. But on the Friday, Saturday, I can definitely stream earlier and let everybody know when I am. So that's the goal. I want to cater to everybody in a sense in terms of like, time and whatnot. So I don't want to continue to always think 6 o'clock, Eastern time. Because I got some clients that live in Bulgaria that are in mostly Eastern Europe. So I do understand that for you guys, it's like, it's late. You know what I mean? So appreciate you guys, man. Amen. Diddy. Okay, cool. We'll track your macros and adjusting accordingly, make an improvement on body comp versus just counting calories. So not necessarily, to be honest. Like when it comes down to it, it's like, well, yeah. Okay, so if your goal is is body recomposition, meaning you want to gain more muscle while losing fat, the biggest thing is you want to make sure that you're giving your body the right amount of nutrients when it comes to building the muscle that you to build and losing fat. So a couple of things is you want to make sure that you're on both ends. If you're trying to body recomp is being in slight of a calorie deficit if you want to lose fat. If we want to build muscle, we want to make sure that we're eating enough protein and then resting calories to make sure we're in that deficit as well too. So it does matter slightly, but really not as much. Now, if I was eating a deficit and I was eating no protein, yeah, for sure, I would lose fat 100%, but I wouldn't be giving my body the right amount of nutrients for it to be able to actually build muscle, right? So macronutrients are important. So my thing is, and that's what I tell my clients, is this: I say, stay within the calories and make sure you hit your macros as best as you can. So if you're off by like 10 or 20 or whatever, your body doesn't work on exact. It's not like, when I even make programs or like, calories or whatnot, and it's, 1,350, it's like what? It's like your body, the amount of times your body in one day probably fluctuates in terms of like using 50 calories or 50 units of energy is astronomical. right? So to think that if you don't hit your macros on the dot, you're not going to make progress. It's like not necessarily, not at all actually. So, damn, give me a second. I used to get to my kid every night. That's just me. Anyway, DJ says, so I was just about to say, so if I do a DJ set tomorrow, not if, well, I am. The only thing when it comes to a DJ set, I think this thing was up here. When it comes to a DJ set, this is how I'm here the entire time. When it comes to a DJ set, I won't be able to communicate because you won't be able to hear me. So that's the only caveat I would say. But I'm gonna be spinning some dope tracks all night. So that's, you know, I'll get some of the moderators to come here and chat people up and everything else. But when it comes down to it, I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna be spinning. I won't be able to be like, hey, what's going on, guys? So by the way, let me answer this question. So tomorrow night I'm gonna live stream my set. So let's get everybody there tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Let's say 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll be spinning for 4 hours. I do it every Thursday. I do a 4-hour set, and sometimes I'm there and I'm by myself. Not really, but there might be maybe a few Patreons in there, and then sometimes it might be a packed house. And when I say packed house, probably like 50, 60 people. Either way, I'm there regardless. That's my way of continuing to practice and get better. And then if I have a big audience or small audience, it doesn't matter to me because you guys are the audience anyway. So tomorrow night, DJ set, be there and enjoy. Let's keep going. Nice abs. Appreciate it. My abs they're good, man. I gotta layer, man. And this is, like I said, this is not me being like, oh my God, I'm not happy with the way I look. It's actually me being like, yo, this is an excessive amount of Oreos that needs to take a chill. Cause I be damn. When you're starting your journey, to answer the question already? When you're starting your journey, should you keep your mindset about how much your genetics can take you far, or keep the mentality for pushing hard? Your genetic, here's the thing. Nobody was talking about genetics, I would say, about, like, no one was thinking about where's my genetic potential, I think probably until like the last, maybe the last 7 years. Nobody was thinking about that before. I think more people started thinking about genetic potential when Now You're Not started kind of like taking off a little bit. It was like, oh, you can't do that because genetically you can only achieve this. And then we have a bunch of people saying, this is what you can achieve genetically, talking like genetics is some blanket statement for everybody, right? Genetics is a spectrum, right? It's a spectrum of a bunch of things. Genetics are a spectrum. If you want to look at just like athletic performance, it's a spectrum. It's either you're LeBron James or you got 17 left feet and you couldn't hold the beats for anything. I don't know, right? So and everything in between, right? It's not like you have good genetics and you have shitty genetics. It's you have genetics that rolls on a spectrum. So then breaking it down to, I have good bicep genetics. I have good chest genetics. I have good all genetics, right? So when you're starting off your career or your fitness journey, it should never be about what I can achieve genetically, because you don't know. You have no clue what you can achieve genetically. You have not a clue. And not a video that anybody can show you, not Jeff Nippard, not Dr. Mike, not Greg Doucette. No one can go on there and be like, hey guys, we know for a fact that this is what you can achieve genetically. Because as a coach and coaching the people that I coach and how many different lives they have, there's so many factors that can manipulate or change the outcome of everybody's genetic anything. So you don't know what your genetics look like, and you won't know until you actually try. So your focus should be basic on working hard. Working hard is the biggest thing you want to do, is being consistent and working hard, and that's it. And then what you get in the end, I can promise you, if you're not thinking about genetics, when you work hard and you're consistent with it, you're gonna get up and be like, oh shit, look what I created. And you're not gonna have this like comparison bias, be like, oh, but my genetics said I can only do this, and I did gain 10 pounds of lean muscle tissue, over the course of maybe, a year. And you're like, I look so good, but then you're like, oh, but Jimmy, he gained 12 pounds. It's like, you know what I mean? So don't focus on genetics at all. It does not matter. Now, if you're doing calf raises for, till the cows come home and you're like, my calves won't grow. That's genetics, man. Like, that's the cards you're dealt with. Big deal, right? I have a genetically small chest. I've been working this chest for like 20 years and maybe grew slightly. You know what I mean? So, it's Chris Tucker. It is Chris Tucker. Hey, look at it. It's Chris Tucker. If you think I look like Chris Tucker, I can take iShow Speed, Devontae Adams, maybe Beast Mode, maybe. I'm not talking Beast Mode Jones. I'm talking about Marshawn Lynch. I'll take that. I'll take, if anything, only Devontae Adams. Like Chris Tucker. Like, come on, man. Like, that's like being like, yeah, black people look the same. You look like Chris Tucker. It's like, no, I don't. Well, someone said, look at iShow Speed. At one point, I was like, I kind of do. He looks like a little me. He looks like a little Johnny Street. I don't look like a big iShow Speed. Shit. See, if I do this is Devontae Adams. And I've actually, when I was in Vegas before, people would be like, is that Devontae Adams? And I was like, shh. I'm taking this thing out of my head. Wow. Taking it out anyway. So, if you got this going here, this is Devontae Adams all day. Only problem is Devontae Adams is like 6 something. I'm like 5'8". Anyway, buys and tries next. Let's do it. We're gonna do a superset of buys and tries. We're gonna do bicep, dumbbell bicep curls. And then we're going to do tricep extensions. So, and when you're programming, literally do the exercise that you like doing. When I program for myself, I'm doing, and like, even though if I'm doing, I'm doing 3 days a week anyway. So when I do arms, it's like I don't really veer away from these 2 exercises. Like I might do preacher curl if I'm feeling like doing preacher curl, or I might even do easy bar curl, but just do the one you like. All right. That was a 3. Now, a couple things too, when I'm training arms, I'm not going to put much attention in the arms. Like, I'm not going to go to like failure. I'm not going to push really, really hard doing arms. I'll push to a like 7 RPE. I don't need bigger arms. You know what I mean? Like, my legs are still too big when it comes down to it. Like, I do not need my legs to be this big. The only reason why I want my legs to kind of stay like this is because I don't want to buy more pants. I'm not trying to buy replace my pants. Because I like the short, I like the jeans that I got. So we're seeing 7 knees. So I'm not gonna put a lot of effort into my tries and my buys. I'm gonna do just enough to know that I'm training them hard, but I'm not gonna go like, I'm not doing anything anywhere near more than 7 RPE. For those who are watching, RPE is basically your rate of perceived exertion. 10 being the hardest thing in the entire world, you can't lift the weight at all. 1 being like, what? This is nothing. And that's like about like a 7. I would even say a 6, to be honest. Chris Tucker. All right. Sorry, 2 more sets left. And now be the workout today left. And now be the workout today. How are we doing over here? Hold on a second, be right back. Hold on a second, be right back. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait. I got it. Kim, where'd you go? You get it? Huh? Alright, give me a second. I gotta think before you hear what you say. Oh, you have to take it? I just say goodnight to the little one. I say goodnight to the little one. She's off the bed. And we got 2 more days to go. What are we saying, guys? Oh yeah, he does. Check out the stream on the coin to see it yourself. Johnny, best advice to go from 12% to 10% body fat. Seems like these last. So here's what I'll say for most people who are, and this is what I usually find. This is what I usually find out when I chat with some clients and whatnot. When someone's got, you're trying to go from 12 to 13% to 10%. You got 2 to 3% of body fat left in your body. I can promise you that you're probably not moving as much as you probably can. Meaning, there's probably a component of cardio that you could probably do to get rid of that fat. Could you think about it like, 2%? Let's just say you're 100 and let's say you're, I don't know. Let's say you're 100. Say you're 200 pounds, right? And you got to lose 2% of your body fat. So 10% is 20 pounds. 5% of that is 5 pounds. 2% of that is right. So you're looking less than that much weight, to get off. So that is as easy as probably just moving a lot more. So if you're not doing any cardio, adding cardio will probably help you lose that 5-ish pounds, guarantee. I did this with a few clients actually. There was they had literally 2 to 5-ish pounds. Some even had 10, and it was the last bit off. And they were doing their cardio was because I was programmed for them. It was at a good sustainable amount to do to create habit. But then I was like, hey man, if you really want to get the rest of this fat off yourself, the best move is to just do 30 more minutes for a straight month, 7 days a week, and now come right off you. The reason why I don't do that at the beginning is because I'm trying to create habits. And if I give somebody a slew of cardio to start, and that's just not gonna create good habits, that's gonna get them to hate cardio even more than they already do, and then they stop doing cardio. So for me, getting that last little bit off, doing more exercise will help with that, increasing your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. But at the same time too, it's like I'm also not taking away their food, because the less food they have, the less fuel you have, or the less energy you have to actually help you burn fat. So the goal isn't to starve the person, is to let's give them enough fuel so they, I would say they're in a good deficit enough that they still have energy, their body's getting the right amount of calories that it needs for their, for its priorities, and then the extra for, energy to build muscle and lose fat, etc., etc. When you get to that point of like, that's low enough, then I'm gonna probably increase your exercise rather than take away food. So for you out there that you probably got a little bit left to lose, it's probably a moving thing. Now, if you're already doing like an hour of cardio, if you're at the other end of the spectrum and you're already doing like an hour of cardio, you can't get off 2 pounds, it's probably because you're doing too much cardio, because there was a point when doing too much cardio does have a negative effect on you. And then sometimes it comes back to, if you're doing too much cardio, it's probably because you're doing too much cardio and eating less food. So again, it's a crazy balancing thing. It's a balancing act. But when it comes down to it, it's a balancing act of very basic things for your body, for you to do, and then you let your body do the rest of the hard stuff. When you look at what we do in order to stay in shape, like you think, like here, for instance, right? Well, like this is for everybody, right? Check it out. Who here knows what happens when I drink this? When I take this smart water that I put a little bit of it's almost like Mio. I put a little bit of Mio and you say Mio whatever, right? What happens when I do this? Does anybody know where that goes? You know what I mean? Like, do you know what happens that when I put this water in my mouth, what happens to what make the molecules that make up water? What happens to my body when I drink it? You guys have no clue at all. No clue at all. And you know what? It doesn't matter, because all you have to do is just pick up the water and drink it, and your body does the rest. It's the same with working out. It's like, do you guys know what happens? Do you guys know what even what makes us be able to do this? To make an actual, muscle contraction. To do this, my muscles have to contract. For me to take this microphone and do this, I have to, muscles contract. There's a bunch of things that are happening that give me the ability to move my hand and my face. It's as easy as that. You do that with heavier object, I'm gonna make this part of my body grow. You know what I mean? I'm gonna stimulate muscle growth. You know what I mean? Like, we have to do the easy shit in order to stay healthy. You know what I mean? Like, train it, feed it, rest it, hydrate it. And that's all you gotta do on a consistent daily basis. And so like everything else daily, but you can go to the gym maybe every other day, whatever it is, right? And you will reap the rewards of your body being so unbelievably amazing that you can just do the easy shit, take a sip of water, and all of a sudden I'm hydrated, my kidneys work fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I drank my water today, now my kidneys are running smooth. It's like, what do you think happens after drinking the water? Why do you think now your kidneys are running really well? Because you're hydrated, right? So it's when it comes down to it, losing fat and building muscle is, when you look at it, it might feel like it's a hard thing to do. It might feel like it's a difficult thing to do, right? Because it takes time and it takes effort, it takes sacrifice, but when you look at it, it's probably the easiest thing you have to do in a run of a day. Because I'll tell you right now, work is way harder than training. Being a dad is harder than training. Just like running a business is harder than training, right? It's the easiest thing we do. Picking a Netflix movie is harder than training, literally. And that's all you gotta do, right? When it comes down to it, right? We gotta do the easy shit over time, and you'll reap the rewards, and you end up having a longer, healthier life. insane when you think about it, right? Appreciate you guys, man. Is it possible to still build muscle naturally in your 40s? Yes, 100%. And you're like, wait, you're not in your, I'm in my 40s, yes, and I'm not natural. Yes, no, I'm on HRT 100%. But you 100% can still build muscle in your 40s. You can build muscle in your 50s. You can build muscle in your 60s. You can build muscle in your 70s. You can build muscle in your 80s. You know why? I do this for a living. It's not like it's a one-off. I've put people through enough people through a person that just started working out in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I've done with people who I've worked out before, but I stopped. I took a hiatus from the gym, and now I'm working out again because I need to get healthy. I've taken those people in their later stages of life and put on muscle. It is 100% possible. I gotta say this, man. I'm sorry, dude. Like this isn't a thing that, you know, I don't know the man at all, but it's terrible. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean? Like I do not agree with. I'm not going to talk about political stuff at all. I'm not gonna talk about it. But like that just sucks. That just sucks. It does. Anyway, rest in peace. The last thing I'm gonna say about that, because I'm not trying to get into any of that conversation. I know what that comes with. And it's not, and at this moment, it's not a political thing at all. It's not. It's a life, and that's how you look at it. And rest in peace, and that's it. Anyway, the last thing I'm saying about that, but I just crazy. Anyway, how did it? Oh, sorry, I can't see. Sorry, how old is it? All right, how old is too old to get on TRT? That is actually the craziest thing I've heard because like usually that's why you get on TRT, because you're getting old. No, I'm just joking. It's not necessarily the real reason why you get on HRT when you get old. It's because when you go on HRT, it's usually because you're getting older and sarcopenia, a real thing, a real process that causes your body to actually lose muscle, etc., happens. So it's not a always thing either. It's one of those things that if you abuse steroids before, or if you have a genetic issue, or if you're obese, if you have too much fat, you're not getting enough sleep, those things can actually can drain your natural testosterone, and then you eventually will have to get on HRT. So it's not necessarily the thing where it's like, how old is too old? It's not. There's not too old at all. You can. I have a couple clients that have started TRT in their 60s, and not because I was like, get on TRT. It's like, hey, these are some checks that you do, and that's it. You get your blood work checked, regular health checks, and then you make sure you get a full blood panel, and then you can see, okay, I need to, these markers are low. Let's make sure that we're staying healthy. So. It's never too old. Un momento. Sorry, guys. Real talk. I just want to say this, real talk, for everyone out there that is on this stream right now, that is holding on and really building this community, man. I appreciate it. It's a win-win for all of us, and we're gonna build some here. We want to make sure people understand this is a real thing. This isn't one of those pump and dump bullshit things. This is a community we're actually building over here, and we're gonna build it, and we're gonna build it strong, and we're gonna build it with positivity, with health, with health and wealth. That's straight up how it's gonna go. Thank you for letting me go up here. Hey Johnny, been on a fat loss journey since the start of the year. Started at 255 pounds and I'm down to 200 pounds. Unreal. Currently aiming around to be 170 pounds. My weight is my height is 5'8". So here's what I'm gonna say. absolutely amazing. 55 pounds from January, that is a good amount of weight to lose at that time. That is not a hurry up type of a thing, and you know, it's not a crash diet. So what you've done is absolutely amazing. What I'm going to say, is, don't continue. Don't have your mindset on a target weight. I mean, it's good to have a target weight, but like think of the journey on the way there. You just might end up looking the way you want to look at 180, right? So another advice too is like make sure on this journey that you're focusing on building muscle as well too. A lot of times people make the big mistake by, you know, I'm gonna lose fat first and then build muscle after. I put all my clients, whether I don't care who you are, when you come in and your goal is to lose fat, I'm going to say we're going to build muscle as well too, right? We need to build muscle. Building muscle is just as important or even more important than losing fat. I say that very, very carefully. Because there's an amount of fat that you need on your body, number one, and they're both, fat is important, but excessive fat is just as bad as excessive muscle when it comes down to it, and I know the difference. So, congratulations, continue, keep going. This is something you'll do for the rest of your life. You're gonna be so, like, you should be happy and proud of you right now. But when you reach that goal, man, just continue. And when you reach that goal, and I say it's a lot of people that have reached their goals that I've worked with, keep that picture of that person that you were, and you look at that person and you say thank you to the person, and you love that person, and you are proud of that person, right? I've seen too many times that people look at themselves and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I was that fat before. It's like, no, that person got you to where you are right now. That person decided that enough was enough. So that person that you hold, you put them on your mirror, in your bathroom, on your whatever, and you look at that person and say, thank you for making a decision to be healthy. That's what you do with that person, right? So keep doing your thing, man. I'm proud of you. I take zero credit. I don't think you gave me any credit either, so appreciate you, man. Keep it up and spread it, man. Spread the love. Sometimes some people think, no one's watching, right? People are watching you. A lot of times I hear people say, I go to the gym and people they're watching me. I don't like when people look at me and watch me. It's like, the people that are watching you in the gym don't know what they're doing, and they're obviously seeing something that's happening. What you're doing looks like it's working, so they're trying to see what you're doing. So if eyes are on you, man, be humble and accept it, because someone out there is watching you achieve your goals, and you're motivating the shit of somebody else. So good shit, man. Absolutely amazing. Thank you for all the motivation you provide. Any tips for rear delts? I swear they're impossible to grow. I got all the tips for rear delts. I got all the tips. Train them frequently. Train them with, here are a couple things that I do. Train them with your back, right? Train them with your shoulders. Train them with your chest, right? So you're doing a push-pull legs, you could train, say, you could do rear delts on Monday, but if you want to just wait until, Tuesday, if you're doing back on Tuesday, do your rear delts before you do your back exercises, and then do your rear delts again on your shoulder day, and then you want to do rear delts again on your leg day. A few things we do in rear delts. This is on any kind of movement that you do, whether you're doing dumbbells, cables, machines, whatever it is. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you're scapped, right? You don't want to do let's just say we're doing a reverse fly, right? You don't want to do a reverse fly and then your shoulder blades pinch together and then we do this, right? Because right now a lot of this help is coming from my shoulder blades pulling back and doing this. What I want to make sure happens is that my shoulder blades don't retract until the very end. So I'm going to be here like this. I'm going to have my chest up and I'm going to push away, right? And then when I get back far enough, then I'm going to pinch my shoulder blade a little bit. But the goal of my rear delts is to pull my shoulder this way, right? And my goal, and to do that, I don't need my shoulder blades to pinch together. Pinch my shoulder blades does help pull your shoulder blade, your shoulder back a bit, like basically your femur, your humerus. But when it comes down to getting all the way out, make sure your shoulder blades stay, basically apart until we get to the end, and then we can pull our shoulder blades together. But main thing is to make sure that you're basically you're arcing this away. You're trying to go as far away from your body as you can, right? And that's going to cause tension right away on your rear delts, right? Whether you're doing like this, or you're doing a little higher, and you're having it coming down like this as well too. If you want to feel a greater contraction at the end of your rear delt exercise, doing from high to low has a greater, I would say, contraction at the end, right? Rather than doing up here like this. So doing down like this, a little bit of angle from here to here. You see when I do this, my rear delts pop a lot more than they do like this. Oh, my shit's burning. It's burning. All right, let's keep going. We're gonna go a bit longer than I'm gonna throw a little bit of a video on here. Let's take a break and we're gonna be back on here tomorrow and the next, and the next, and the next. All right, oops. Is it healthy to be 5'9", weighing 245 pounds, trying to get to 200 in a year? I am 5'8", and I was 270 pounds, 265, 260, 255, 250, 245, 240, 235, and all the way to 225. And even at 225, I have too much weight on. Am I unhealthy? A 15 pound me is probably healthier overall than a 225 pound version of me. So 245 pounds is, I can say, I'm not gonna say it's not healthy. I'm gonna say it's not optimal for overall health, right? Like, even if you were 245 pounds of and you were 15% body fat, it's still a lot of muscle that you really don't need, right? Like, what do you need that much muscle for? Right? When you look at muscular adaptation, why do you need that much muscle? You either need it because you're moving a lot of heavy shit around a lot, or you're playing a sport that requires you to be that lean. Give me a sec here. All right, with the change battery, we're gonna put this bad boy back on. All right. Johnny, I keep having shoulder pain when doing bench press. Could you possibly know what causes? So there's so many, I wish I could answer these questions like that, because it's hard to know. It's hard to know exactly what the issue is. Now, I can say common issues when it comes to shoulder pain when training chest. Most time it's keeping your shoulders stabilized, right? So when I did this earlier, when you kind of do this, if you kind of do this shrug thing, like if you do this and then go back and then pull down, that pulling down basically sets your shoulder blades and keeps your shoulders kind of locked into place. What happens sometimes is that when people bench or they do dumbbells or whatever it is, they end up riding up like this and then kind of pinching and pushing. You can see the difference of how my shoulder looks like when I do this as opposed to when I do this, right? If I do between this and this, you can see if I'm pressing a heavy load and I'm pressing here, even though my arms are straight, even though I'm stacking the joints, look how much tension is here on my interior head of my delt, right? And I think when it comes down to extra load, the front delts do a lot better when they're teamed up a bit with the pec minor, right? If you're doing incline pressing, right? You can load a little bit more. But if you don't have that, if you're like this, you see what happens in my chest? Even flexing my chest compared to this and this, right? So when I'm pressing, I don't want to, if you're putting too much of a load here, that could be sometimes why. And most sometimes it's usually scapula, depression, making sure your shoulders stay in the right, stay stabilized throughout the movement. You don't want your shoulders doing this kind of stuff, some funky shit when you're doing pressing. Shoulder pain is the back to the behind. Exactly. Said hi. What is up? Should bring other trainers on you. I am. That's the goal. So you guys too as well too over. Where that is the goal too is to like I said yesterday I did this in my podcast. I would say studio that looking that environment, and then I'm gonna bring in some other YouTubers, 100% and trainers. That is the goal, 100%. Just me collaborating more with other trainers again is something that's going to be happening more often as well too. So I'm also in the third season of the trade, so I gotta plan these things out. So the next like 2 months, September and October, I'm kind of on lockdown when it comes to traveling because I have to. I gotta be on set. All right. V-Shred. Ugh. I hate V-Shred. Did you say that? Missed that? Call out some of the trash like V-Shreds, of course. Just a little bit saying, do you stream? Yeah, so that's what I want to do too. Is I'm going to be in Toronto next week, so I definitely want to stream some of that while I'm out, while I'm around. So like I said, I'm in this for the long haul. Like like I said, tomorrow streaming. When I'm out of town, I'm going to stream. When I'm collaborating, I'm going to stream. That is the goal. We're just getting started. Just a little over a month out of my triple umbilical hernia. Eesh. Slowly getting back into the gym, super lightweight. Your videos have helped motivate me. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Take your time, man. Take your time getting through things, 100%. Hey Johnny, you helped me a lot by watching your videos and work. How do I get back to working out? It didn't work out for like a month. You gotta just do it, man. You gotta decide. I gotta go, and you're gonna decide to go in a realistic way. I said this earlier when it comes to like your goals. Like, plan to go to the gym once a week. Like. Don't be like I gotta go to the gym. I'm gonna go to the gym and turn shit around. I used to go to the gym 5 days a week, and now I'm going to the gym 5 days a week. It's like, no, you're gonna go to the gym once. You're gonna go to the gym 1 day a week, and you're gonna nail that 1 day down, and then you're gonna do it again because you know that 1 day is easy to do. And once you do that 1 day, you're gonna do maybe 2 days, and you're gonna tack on 3 days, and you're gonna do like you're gonna do 3 days a week in the gym, and you're gonna continue that and go and do that over and over and over again. The goal is to make some low-hanging fruit goals that are going to give you that feeling of being accomplished, and that's completely fine, right? It's like setting goals like I want to gain a pound of muscle. Perfect, right? When you gain a pound of muscle, you're like, I'm achieved. I want to gain another pound of muscle. It's way better than being like, I want to gain 10 pounds of muscle, and it's like, man, I've only gained 5 pounds of muscle and it's been a year. This sucks. It's like, but you gained 5 pounds of muscle. Right? It's how you perceive things, how you plan things that make it easier for you to stick to your goals or to stick to being on the path to achieving your goals, right? Because you were doing great and at some point you decided, I'm not gonna do it anymore, and then you stop for a month. Now, life does get in the way, 100%. I understand that a lot. There wasn't but a week ago, I missed literally a week in the gym, and if I was like, if I don't figure this out, I'm gonna miss more days in the gym. So what did I do? I found the best split that worked for me, a 3-day full body split. So you gotta decide, you gotta just be able to adapt and overcome and get to the point where it's a non-negotiable, right? Like no one has to tell you. You're not like, hey Johnny, man, I haven't brushed my teeth for a month. How do I get back into brushing my teeth? It's like, brush your damn teeth, man. You don't need someone to tell you to brush your teeth. You know what I mean? But also, I get it. It doesn't take you an hour to brush your teeth either, right? But brushing your teeth is just as important as being strong and being healthy, right? The gym isn't just about, going to the gym and getting a six-pack. That's not like everyone's goal should not be get a six-pack. The goal is to get to the gym because it's going to help you be stronger, help you healthier, etc. You know how many things that that the gym does for you on a massive scale. Like I was talking about earlier, the low hanging fruit, small little things you do in your life. You know what I mean? Like lifting weights 3 times a week can reduce your risk the percentage is ridiculous. I'm talking like muscle wasting disease, cognitive disease. You know, like people who have Alzheimer's or dementia. You know, you have osteoporosis. Like going to the gym 3 days a week will do that. It's like, do you know what happens to someone who does get like that? It's my father has dementia. You know what I mean? It's like prevent dementia or get dementia. Because when you have dementia, you're done. You can't work your way back from dementia. If you have osteoporosis and you gotta work out and I gotta be strong again. It's like, no, but if you do this right now, you can prevent all of those things. So, you know, that's my little pep talk to you. You know what I mean? It's like stopping for a month. You know what I mean? Don't stop for a month. Take a break if you have to take a break. If life got in the way, I can promise you, life is always gonna get in the way. That can't be, like, I say this to myself. And while I'm saying this to you, I say it to myself. Life cannot be the reason why you didn't go to the gym for a month. You know what I mean? That can't be the reason. Life goes on. You have to continue to treat your life as such. You only have one. You know what I mean? I can preach it all day. Yeah, anyway. Let's keep it going. So yeah, keep it up, man. You can do this. Like just get out of your head. Get out of your own way and give your body what it needs, period. Right? Hey, Johnny, help me a lot by watching your videos. I read that one already, my bad. But go. How important is doing cardio when building muscle? I don't get winded when I work out. Should I just skip cardio? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Cardio is... That's what I do my best when I'm coaching. I try to get people to understand what cardio actually is. Cardio is not just for losing fat, right? Cardio is a way to help, you know, strengthen your cardiovascular health. Doing cardio, again, is one of those things that are going to help you reduce the risk of all of the diseases, basically. But also when it comes down to performance and recovery, you know, cardio is a thing you should be doing regardless. You know what I mean? Now, do you have to do 30 minutes cardio every day? You know, Surgeon General, basically 150 minutes of cardio a week should be one of those things you should be doing anyway. Now, that could be like walking outside. You know, if you know, when you eat, go for a walk after you eat. It's probably the best time to actually go for a walk. You know, help move the food around, far a little bit. I was watching this. There's this couple I was actually watching online that legit. They're like, yeah, man, what do you do? It's like, yeah, me and whatever my husband's name, we go out and we fart. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? And I turned the volume up, and it's this couple is like, you know, the best thing to do is when you're done eating is going for a walk, and walking helps digest, and you fart and shit, you move around, whatever. So anyway, do your cardio. That's all I'm saying. It's not that big of a deal. Let's make this physique the one we're treating. Yeah, we're thinking by next year. Thinking by next year. I know you're talking about Travis. That's gonna happen. 100%. I can't wait. Actually, I can wait because I can't speed up time. But for me as a coach, I love when people hire me. I already know what is possible when I look at them. Now, it's not like I can see through the future, but it's like I look at everyone like this. If you come in and you're like, hey, Johnny, I want this, I look at you and I'm like, if this person puts on a healthy amount of muscle and loses a good amount of fat, they're gonna look like unbelievable. So I see it. I see what's possible already. So Travis, I'm stoked to see what's gonna happen because we've already done some great work already right now. So, hello, sir. Genuine question. I'm 17. And I've been working out since I was 12. Hey, I actually beat you by a year. I was 11 years old, actually. What do you think is the best form of cardio? You're 17, so you're probably not in high school anymore. You're probably finishing high school. If you're in high school still, go join track. Go join track. Just be active, right? If you don't want to join anything in school, you know, you're young enough, man. Like, if I could go back and tell my 17-year-old self, it would be to never stop running. never stop running. And I mean like going for a good jog. Going for a jog, 30-minute jog a day. That would be my cardio. Do that. You wouldn't believe the percentage of the craziest amount of percentage of people that stop running. I think after they finish high school, it's almost like 90% of people stop running. Like they no longer run after high school. And running for 30 minutes, if you can run with a good pace for 30 minutes a day and never stop doing that, man, you'll find you'll be extreme, like very, very healthy, very strong. Like just do that. That's like, you know, and if you don't want to run, just run. You're too young to not run. 17 years old, man, everything's working right at that point, man. 17, everything's working good. You're a 17-year-old, man. You got what men are trying to have again back in the day. We're trying to have that testosterone healing, be able to heal fast, be able to recover quick, be able to, you know, have the energy. If I could put myself in a bottle at 17, I would sell it. That sounds really weird. Pause. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? You know, pause. Seriously though, 17 years old, you're at your healthiest, you're at your most active. Continue. You're blessed. You are blessed to be in the position you are right now. You got the entire world ahead of you, and you get to make all of the proper decisions right now. So yeah, yeah. I could have said that something different. That's why people don't do lives, man. They do lives because they say some shit and like, damn, I said it live? Damn. And somebody like clips part of this and posts it and like, yo, Johnny, what the hell? And then I'm like, shut up. Anyway, I started my strength training in the calorie deficit for 7 weeks now. I'm down 17 pounds. I'm down 70 pounds, 170 pounds, with fairly increase and decrease in terms of muscle mass and fat percentage. What do you think of this progression? When you're losing fat, it's good to train hard when you're losing fat for sure, but you gotta be careful of losing muscle, right? That's what I meant. Sorry. When you're in a deficit, training hard will help prevent losing muscle. But when you're in a deficit, you kind of don't want. The goal is to not lose muscle. The goal should be to sustain muscle. So revisit your calories or your macronutrients, to make sure you're giving yourself enough fuel at least to sustain the muscle and to still lose fat. But how long did it take you to do this? 7 weeks? 17 pounds? No, that's a lot. 17 pounds in 17 weeks? And sorry, 17 pounds in 7 weeks? That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, slow down. There's no rush. There's no rush. Now, I mean, like if you lost like a bunch of water really quick in the first couple weeks, that makes sense. But like 17 pounds in 7 weeks is, you can do like 60, 20 pounds, 15 pounds in like 12 weeks, 16 weeks. But 7 weeks, that's a lot. So I would revisit, make sure you're not, crash diving. It sounds like that a little bit. Abby's looking good shape, man. Doing yoga, yeah, man. Hope you're going to have him. I need to I've been trying to get him on. It's my fault, to be honest, straight up. He's been doing his thing. He's been getting in shape and he's been traveling. It's on me to really just reach out, make sure that I can make it easy for him. It is not easy for him with how old he is, and just moving around. The moving around that he's doing, I had to make it easier for him to get on the channel. That's plain and simple. But my uncle is doing great. I'm proud of him. That is, to be able to do that. Like here's the thing. Anyone knows who my uncle is? Abdul the Butcher is my uncle, and he just, he went from. If anyone knows, Abdul the Butcher is larger than life. He's a big ass dude, so almost 6 bills. Wrestling guys like Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, etc., etc., etc. To be able to lose the fat he did at his age is mind blowing, and that kind of shit right there just kind of like it validates my my theory with my genetics, right? My uncle at 82 years old can lose that much fat and still be strong, and that's my dad's brother, right? We are as close as blood as close as blood. So Super cool. I'm gonna get him on. I'm going to get him on. I am going to get him on. That is something to do. I'm definitely gonna get him on here too, as well, man. You gotta get him on the Pump Fun, 100%. And if there were wrestling fans, you gotta be wrestling fans. Something out here is a wrestling fan for sure. Has to be. So if you're a wrestling fan, we're gonna get Abdul the Butcher on the FitCoin live stream for sure, and on YouTube, 100%. Let's keep it going. I probably do 2 full bodies a week. Yeah, do what you gotta do to start, man. Yeah, you definitely don't spend 4 hours in the gym. Definitely not. Hey, Johnny, any tips for someone getting bicep pain? I think my pull-ups, my flies. So if you're getting bicep pain, and you're just stop training biceps, like just take a break. Let your body heal. Pain, here's the thing. Here's the most basic way to explain what pain is. Pain is your body trying to talk to you and say it needs to heal. So that pain doesn't mean I'm gonna find a way to maneuver myself around so I can do more biceps. It means go get the right amount of attention that your bicep needs. Go see a physiotherapist or a sports therapist or a massage therapist, whatever, and just kind of get some work done on it. That could be referral pain from your shoulder, could be your bicep tendon doing some funky stuff. There's a lot of things that may be happening. Don't ignore the pain and try to work your way around it. Watch wrestling growing up, Attitude Era, and what I grew up on, haven't watched lately. Well, if you know Abdul the Butcher, if you're back in the day, Abdul the Butcher's uncle, and we're gonna get him on. Any new viewers that are on here, guys, hit the link on my community and on my short for my Pump Fun streams that I'm doing here on Pump Fun. My FitCoin community is blowing up over here, and I'm going on streams very often, daily basically. So tomorrow night we're doing a DJ live stream, 4 hours there, starts at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Then we're doing another one on Friday. We're doing it again. Then when I'm traveling, same thing. So we're gonna keep her moving and keep it rolling. So click the link. Live streams are happening on pump.fun. Hit the link and get over there when you can. Progressive Overload Your Life, man. Yes, what's up? Hell yeah. All right, child, we'll talk, man. I don't know how long you're staying on here for. I'm going to stay on a little bit longer, and then we're going to take a little break until our next stream, but I'll leave you guys with some great videos. Anyway, hey, Johnny, any tips for someone who's trying to, I just tell you about that. Take a break. Are you... do I know the girl from... Yes, I don't know her, but I heard about it. A tragedy. Sucks. Absolutely. I am Travis. Nice. Let's go. Thoughts on The Rock claiming he lost his muscle for the movie role 2 months after making the video with the doctor. So here's the thing that you guys have to understand. Here's the thing. I can't get a lot of roles because I'm too big. The Rock is way bigger than me, right? My size at 225 is not a role that you can portray that looks normal, right? The role that you saw The Rock play, he might have looked really big for that movie, but he definitely lost size for that role. He can't be The Rock and play that role. The character that he's portraying was not that big. And when they're doing movies that are based on real people, they have to do it in a way where it looks realistic. The Rock trying to look like that guy at The Rock size does not look normal whatsoever. That's a narrative people create because they don't understand Hollywood or movie. I'm in the space. You know what I mean? So I know what it's like when people look at and see like guys like Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth, like, man, these guys are huge. It's like, no, they're not. They're less than 200 pounds. They're not these huge guys you might think they are because someone on YouTube's like, oh yeah, for sure, man. There's no way that guy you saw, that fictional character you saw on TV, after they've done edit after edit after edit after edit, after they've manipulated everything to make it look big in the movie, right? So it's people speculating without the actual education behind what actually goes on in that industry, right? So I definitely can believe that he lost some weight for that role. But I also do think that he definitely lost the weight also from coming off steroids too, right? And I think that if anything, that's probably why he had to slim down anyway. I think he had to do it for both reasons, and definitely he's not the same size he was as The Rock. If Black Adam played the role he's playing right now, it's like what? It's like do you understand the size difference of The Rock in the WWE? The Rock as Black Adam and The Rock as a real person, the Machine. Those are three different physiques that can't play each other, right? The Rock playing this dude can't be The Rock that's playing The Rock. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean? So anyway, there's my opinion. I think I got more skin in the game to be able to make that kind of speculation. It's still a speculation when it comes down to it, right? When it comes down to it, it's like until we are there and we're firsthand and he tells us like his whatever it is, like it's gonna be speculation regardless. I want to do a 3-day full body, but it takes me a long time to do it. Well, it won't take me this long to do this either, but it shouldn't take you that long to do it, to be honest. If you look at, let's put it this way, say you do 3 hard sets, right? You do chest, back, shoulder. You do chest, back, shoulders, buys, tries, and then you do, let's say, a leg exercise, right? That's 6 exercises. Let's say 7. Let's just say 7. Let's say you do a squat of some sort, and then you do hamstrings, whatever. No matter. It's 7 sets, right? 7 exercises. Sorry. You do 3 hard sets each exercise, right? That's 21 sets. You do 21 sets. Each set takes you a minute max. Nobody's set takes them a minute guaranteed. It's probably like 30 seconds maybe. But let's just say a minute, right? You did a minute set. Now you're gonna rest for 2 minutes because that's the rest you should be resting when it comes to, optimal times for resting, right? What happens then? Cool, you rest. And then you rest for 2 minutes. 3 minutes times 21 seconds to 21 sets is what? A little bit over an hour. It's like what is it? I don't know. It's like an hour and X amount of minutes, right? So it shouldn't take you more than an hour and 15 minutes to do a full body workout, right? No one's doing 21 hard sets. I mean, people, whatever, right? Either way, you're doing 21 sets. 21 sets times 3 minutes. The math ain't mathing, right? You can't be in the gym for 2 hours. You're probably resting too long or taking way too much time in between each exercise, or you're just talking, right? So it's all this is comes down to, it's math. All I do is a full body workout. It's the best, but I go to the gym 4 to 5 times, and I'm getting better with strength. Good, awesome, good shit. Johnny, should I hit the gym even if my stomach has been bothering? Yeah, I mean, no, don't go to the gym. If your stomach's bothering you enough that you cannot focus on training, go home, right? It's obviously your body's obviously telling you something. It's telling you that it's either needs food or needs water or needs something. So let it go and focus on healing. When your body is screaming at you and telling you certain things, listen to it, right? If your body's telling you, man, my head hurts really bad, right? It's probably saying maybe you need to hydrate, maybe you need to sleep, whatever it is, but it's not saying, hey, go do some sets in the gym, right? Know when it's okay to not go to the gym, right? You're not a pussy because you decided, I'm not gonna go to the gym because I have a migraine or you just have a headache. You're not a pussy because you didn't go to the gym because you got the worst bubble guts, you don't feel like taking a shit every single second after a set. It's smart to go home. It's okay to take a day off. Feel better than go to the gym the next day. Now, this is a continuous reoccurring thing where it's like, oh, my stomach really hurts again. No, I'm not going to go to the gym. It's like maybe you got something serious, or maybe you're just trying to avoid the gym, right? And I I highly doubt it's you trying to avoid going to the gym. So, John, I just want to say thank you for showing how to do the right from all the movements. I appreciate that. The gym, because I no longer get hurt at the gym. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. That's what I try to coach people based on the mistakes that I've made, and I don't wish anybody to have deteriorating vertebrae, an effed up shoulder, hips, etc. So, I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that you guys stay injury free, or at least reduce the risk greatly, right? Best split for size. The split that you can do and that you could program to be able to get the size that you need. Now, if you have all the time in the world, push-pull legs, right? Message has been held, view message. What is this? Do I take steroids? Yeah, I'm gonna show that. I'm on HRT, 100 milligrams a week, because I abused steroids when I was bodybuilding for a decade, around a decade, and now I'm on 100 milligrams of HRT. That is it. I tried to not have to do it for a bit. I came off, you guys know I was off since 2012 for about 2-ish years, a little more than that. I just got on this year from the good old doctor. So 2021, I did the Mass Olympia, not on anything. I made progress, etc. And then unfortunately, because I abused steroids when I was younger, I gotta take testosterone because my body isn't producing it as much as it should. And you know what? I'm trying to have my body produce testosterone because I want to be able to do a lot of things that my body needs testosterone for. Period. Yeah. 100%, man. Let's just keep taking supply off market and burning it. What? Let's not. Who's that? Let's not do that. Let's keep it up, man. Let's keep it up. All right, let's keep going here. We got a few more left, and then we're taking a little break. Answer that question. Does where you get your protein source actually make that much of a difference when you're building muscle? No. Yeah, my supply has been locked, homie. My shit's locked till January 9th. Your body doesn't know the difference between steak or chicken, right? How your body breaks it down is what is the difference, right? So certain meats are gonna be a little higher in iron or have more, I would say, complete amino acids. But when it comes down to it, where you get your protein, it doesn't necessarily matter as long as you get the right amounts and the right amounts of it. That's what matters the most. Does bench, squat, deadlift, Smith machine strength translate to free weights to any degree? I do count bar weight. I would say it's so if you're doing, say, a plate on a Smith machine, a plate on a Smith machine is not the same as a plate on a free weight bar, right? There's some, I would say there's some Smith machines that have, a really good, natural, flow of the bar in terms of it, not being so light. There's some that are on a core that, they almost float down. But when it comes down to free weights, the trend, you would have to basically make sure you counting the weights to make sure it equals the same amount as free weight, and then you would get some kind of transfer over. You're not gonna lose a bunch of strength by only training machines, and all of a sudden you get to free weights and now you can't do it. Now when it comes to like deadlifting and stuff, deadlifting is something that you have to continue to do in terms of like it's just a movement pattern that you can't do with a machine. So I'm sure you can do a Smith machine deadlift, but it's not the same. But like I said, in the end, if you're matching the actual amount of weight, it's not going to be that big of a difference. You're not going to find yourself losing so much strength because you've done 315 on a Smith machine instead of 315 on a bench or on a free weight. So I hope that's the question. Hey Johnny, you're excellent shape. Appreciate it, man. Mini cuts when you spill over on a bulk. Yeah, I mean, like, get yourself back down to that. But again, when it comes to bulking, just make sure you're not doing extreme bulk. So you can, if you're doing a smaller increase of calories in the surplus, if you're doing like, say, you're at maintenance and you want to put on some weight, some muscle, and you're lean enough, like if you have a lot of fat on your body and you're trying to, if you're 15% body fat and you want to add to our muscle, you can add say 250 grams, 200 to 250 calories. You can see when you're gaining too much fat, right? If you're doing it too quick, too much at once, and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, you look in like, oh my God, how did I gain 5 pounds of fat so quick, right? So doing it slower is a lot better in the long run than doing a little fast. So just watch how much you're actually eating. 70 pounds, 70 weeks is tracking my calories, protein, fats, Carolyn. I was 250 pounds and 230. Now I'm 233 pounds. I feel stronger in my lifts and more energetic. Do I need to increase my calories at this point? So here's the thing. That's one of the things I need to know. If you're losing fat the way you're at the rate you're doing, the way you are, and you're still able to perform in the gym, like you're not losing strength, you're feeling good energy, etc., continue as you're going. If it's affecting your ability to train, to sleep, to all those things, then calories might be too low. But if that's how you're feeling now, you probably lost some of that. Probably the bulk of that weight was probably tied to the amount of carbs you might have been eating with water, right? What's up? What's up? Um, 100%, man. We're saying, he should mention it to his YouTube vid. It would help. Yeah. So that is a goal too, guys. When I'm doing, when I'm putting my videos out, when they're actually my long form edited ones, I will definitely tag it in there so people know to come. So people will come. The people, my community on YouTube sees a lot of the value with what I'm doing, because that's what they're on YouTube for. They're here to find out how to be healthier, how to be stronger, how to have a healthier life. The people on Pump Fun, they're gonna find that, right? They have to, that part has to grow. That has to be something that organically grows. They have to trust that I'm here for the long run, not for just a short little pump and dump, whatever, right? So, the more that we start integrating these communities, like I would like for all my communities to be cross on all platforms and benefiting that way, right? And it benefits all of us, obviously, right? 100%. There's like, you're talking to for like, I explain to my family over here, my FitCoin family. I'm a bodybuilder. We are the epitome of practicing delayed gratification, right? I was talking to a buddy of mine about bodybuilding, and we're like, bodybuilders are really good at doing reps. Like we learned how to really just be honestly like monks in a sense. And I'm not talking like monk like that kind, but to be able to do something and know that the results are going to be there, and us being able to do this over a period of time where most people cannot do this and continue to do it, right? So, un momento. All right, let's keep it up. Questions. Hey, Johnny, thank you for your advice, man. I want to lose weight, though. I gained 30 pounds for a half of a year. I don't know if it was from muscle gain or fat. How do I start my diet in cutting? So what you're gonna do is this. You're going to start tracking how much you're actually eating. Don't change a thing at all. Don't change it because now you're tracking. Be honest with yourself. For the next week, you're going to spend that by just like, use my fitness pal. You can use my app as well too. Link in the description, johnnyshootfitness.com, and just track how much you're eating. that amount that you're eating that you find in the end, you're gonna take that average, you're like, okay, I'm eating X amount of calories. If your weight hasn't been moving at all, if you gain that weight and hasn't went up or down and stayed the same, you're going to find out, oh shit, that's maintenance, right? The weight, the calories that you figured out on that, you tracked that week, that is your maintenance calories, right? If your weight hasn't been going up or down. Now from there, you're gonna revisit a couple things. You're gonna say to yourself, all right, am I doing any cardio right now? And the answer is probably no. Or you're gonna be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna start doing 30 minutes of cardio a day, right? 5 days a week, at least I'm doing that right away. Now, if you have a problem doing that and you're not really down to really work hard, then you're gonna do 3 days a week. You're gonna go do cardio 3 days a week, 30 minutes. You're gonna walk outside, you're gonna go do on a treadmill, you're gonna do 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes, three times a week, you're gonna do zone 2 cardio. Then after you've done that for a week, you're gonna be like, okay, since now I know my calories are at maintenance, this is how much I've been eating, then you're gonna revisit your calories again. You're gonna look at it and be like, hey, I've been eating this food for a week, my weight hasn't gone up and down, now I've added cardio, and I've lost a little bit of weight from that. Obviously the cardio is doing something, now I'm gonna revisit my calories. Now we're gonna be like, okay, what is the food that I ate? You look at that, your MyFitnessPal, whatever you're doing, and look at that and you'll be like, okay, honestly, when I've tracked, I've been eating, this is useless, here's some chips I don't need here, I went out to eat, I didn't really need to eat here, I grabbed some food because I was too hungry, I didn't check things out, I just got, you're gonna go for the obvious things that you've been doing, and you're gonna take those obvious things and you're going to you're not gonna eat those things anymore. You're actually gonna take those things, you're gonna take one of those things you like to eat, and you're gonna take one of those things you like to eat, and you get once a week, you're gonna eat those things once. One of those things you like. So it was like, oh man, a bag of chips. You're gonna get 1 bag of chips a week, right? You're not gonna stop cold turkey, guys. That's not gonna make any sense, all right? So now that you've stopped eating a majority of the junk food, and you only have that one thing once a week, you're gonna make sure that you're eating whole foods. You're gonna make sure you're eating carbs, proteins, and fats. You're gonna get at least 1 to 1 grams of protein per body weight, and 20% of your calories are gonna come from fats. And then you're gonna make sure you're eating around 30 grams of fiber. That could be from greens, from fruit, etc., etc. That's what you're gonna do. The majority of the calories you're gonna eat are gonna come from whole foods, things that you can cook, right? Things that you can actually prepare. You're not gonna get food that you can just get very easily from fast food place or whatnot. And if you're gonna get food that you can cook really easily, it's gonna be something smart, like a fit meal, or they have those, like, I don't know what it is, it doesn't matter. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna start doing that at first. You're gonna get those little things done right away so you can start creating habits. You're gonna do some low hanging fruit goals. All you're gonna do again is you're gonna find out what your maintenance is. You're gonna then check, and so you're gonna find out maintenance first. You're gonna find out that your maintenance is X amount of calories because your weight hasn't been up and down. Then you're gonna add 3 days of cardio a week, 30 minutes, 3 days of cardio, 30 minutes. Then when you're done doing that for a week, you're gonna start looking at your food and be like, okay, now I'm gonna start taking out things that are very obvious. You can do this to start if you want to, but we're gonna do things one at a time. And when you take out those things that are obvious that you shouldn't be eating, you're gonna pick one of those things, and you're gonna have one of those things a week, and that's gonna be your thing you get to have to kind of keep you mentally, sane a bit, because you're not gonna just go cold turkey. And then once you've done that, you're gonna make sure that you're eating foods that you can actually cook and prepare. And if you have a hard time doing that, you can hire me, or you can just, maybe get a meal prep company that you can get at least 2 meals that you know for sure that you're going to screw up on, right? For me, when I had meals, I made sure that I prepared my midday meals with the meals that were easily pick me up some really easy kind of food meals, right? So I made sure that I had things that were already prepared, but I made sure that it was easy to prepare. So try doing that stuff at first. I hope it helps out. That's off the head. That's what I would do. I'm gonna send you the bill in the mail actually for that. Just joking. Can you buy? No, I can't. Getting shredded like Andre? No, not that shredded. I do need to lose 5 pounds to start because I have 5 pounds of fat that I just do not need at all. All right. All right, one more question, and then we're gonna get a little break until tomorrow. Again, tomorrow, guys, doing live stream tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern time. It's gonna be dope. All right. Anyway, last question here. Actually, I'm gonna do these last few questions. Should I wait as long as possible to start at TRT? You're gonna wait until your doctor says that you actually need it, and that's gonna come from you having actual symptoms. If the man's not working that good, your sleep is starting to tear down, your motivation is going out the window, you're feeling actually down, you're getting the D word, then yeah, go talk to your doctor, and then your doctor's gonna say, hey, yeah, your testosterone's low, let's get you on HRT. Wait as long as you possibly can to use HRT, because when you're on it, you gotta stay on it. I also mentioned people to follow you on YouTube. Oh, appreciate it. Thank you. IG. And so they can learn how to work out. And I also show them the right movements like you showed me. Man, perfect, man. I appreciate that. Yo, guys, it's been an absolutely amazing stream. Guys, we're going to do this again. I said I would start streaming a lot more anyway. So I appreciate you guys on YouTube. Make sure you guys join my people over at Pump.Fun as well, too. And vice versa, guys. Let's just join these communities together. Let's reap the rewards of being healthy and fit and living a longer, more prosperous quality of life. Anyway, guys, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. See you guys soon. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock, same place.